Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome to the stream. I see Heckin in there and Farting Crab already. Hi. I also see Farting Crab in the game. We'll go tell their orange player there to go bye-bye, and he does, and we're good to go. All right. Well, welcome to it. We got ourselves a match between Space and Rogue. About to start here mighty soon. So, all right, we're about ready to go here. Teams are filed in. They waited a few extra minutes just for the other match on the channel to finish and whatnot, and got ourselves in the game, in the stream, between these two teams. So for Space, coming in with a record of 6-7. So with a victory here, they could even up their record. Now, they would be more than happy to do that. Well, look at Rogue. Same kind of thing. They're 7-8. And with that, they can go and get that 50-50 mark on the win-loss record. So definitely some important stakes at play here for these two teams because we are winding down these weeks. This is VRML Season 2. This is Week 7. We're going into Week 8 out of 10. So for these teams coming in, they're wanting to finish off the season as strong as possible, go up that ladder and those ranks as high as possible, and continue to cement themselves as established teams in this league, and you know, finish out with that positive win-loss. You know, those are things you can take with you into future weeks, future months, and seasons. So, gonna try and make that happen if they're able. But yes, for the rosters here, can see for Space, it's Splash, Andrew the Viking, King Gibbous, Crash Waffles, and I'm a Seagull, who's also there over in the chat. Welcome to it. And now, over for the side of Rogue as well, they have a full roster of Kirito, Red Hawk, Digisoul, Silent Knight, Agent Brando, and Farting Crab. Of course, here in this particular match, they're running with Kirito, Farting Crab, Digi, and Silent Knight as their roster. And Space, they're 4 players today: Splash, Crash, King, and Viking. I like that. So many rhymes in those names for Space. So already I'm kind of liking it. But Farting Crab here gets that disc and sends it over to the left side. See Clancy there in the chat with a yeah. What's up? Welcome to the streams. Glad you guys can join us today. We got some. Let me reset that for you. Odd. There you go. What are you talking about there? Heckin', I see nothing. But over there, on the top trap, it will be taken by Digi. So yeah, I got some options for you today over on Channel 1, VRML Channel 1. They have Wrath facing off against a High Voltage. Over here, of course, Space and Rogue. And happy to have these casts, these multi-casts for you as they have that shot. And that is 3 for them. Crash Waffles getting the first points for his team here on Space. Nice hit. 13 meters out as well as 13 meters per second. Which, to quote Dimwee, the 1 second goal. Beanhead also in the chat. Welcome to it. This match just got started between Rogue and Space. It will be Space getting the disc back and Splash trying to send one right through the tunnel. Collecting a hit here is Farting Crab. Now Farting Crab from the bottom tries to drop it off to Digi, walking it up and trying to work it into the goal on 3 different defenders. An ambitious shot for sure. Will just result in the ding and the clear. Andrew the Viking sending it deep there into the blue zone. And very fast stack nicely from Waffles and King. And then the intercept from King. And they are trying to vie for control, but getting it back instead with that control. It's Kirito. With those Kiri hands as he waves for that disc. You saw Andrew the Viking. So what I love about Echo and about VR, right? You can see all the body language, the body movement. You can see the celebrations. You can see it when players are directing traffic or trying to wave for the disc and things like that. That said, turning around, spinning off the backboard. It's Kirito, the tap off, and 3-2. First goal now for Rogue. Courtesy of Kirito off at a long heave from a Silent Knight down the floor. So 7:35 here, just a couple minutes off the clock. Will be the launch here, and Andrew the Viking being the QB on this first offensive joust. Gets a little bit lost there on the connections, maybe. That could be some bad news bears for them. That said, a clear for Rogue is going to float and bounce a few different times and maybe open this up for a lead. Let's see, off the backboard. Oh, but snagged out of there by Splash and sending it out as well. A lot of players for Space crashing that goal. Might have even been someone else grabbing it either way. Just a great job to deny. Even better job to get the boost, and that is the important part. As a nice duck from Andrew the Viking. And that was quite exciting for Space. They're up by 3. Putting in the moves after the nice speedy boost. And got themselves a goal, 30 seconds into that last joust. So not wasting too much time at all once the turnover was back and caused here. So Farting Crab with that disc will eye down the floor, not be too rushed, initially at least, for the pass. Trying to find a soft bounce. Will indeed get to Kirito, so nice control there being shown by Rogue. Losing it out momentarily, but then snagging it back is Digisoul. And a handoff pass there going upwards to the nest, but a little bit past Silent's hands. So Digi takes it over and going from that corner. Slamming it in, maybe? No, it's just going to be a ding instead. They'll still have a chance at a rebound, perhaps. Andrew, the nice shield there on Kirito off the attempted stun, but Farting Crab will still get it back for Rogue. Going high, and then once again, Crash taking it out and sending it through. So trying to get the mobility together, but Kirito there is first with that disc, trying to send it to his teammate. The aggressive defense being played here in the midfield will get it back for Andrew. Andrew attempting that clear. Will take a few bad bounces and eventually back to the top wall to Crab's hands. So Crab over to the barrier. Could have been a diveable one. Trying to softly send it to the shoulder now. I do like these controlled passes from Rogue. Of course, it's always a risk if they're too soft and too long distance. They could be picked off. But nonetheless, trying to regain control. Disc is kind of all over the place right now. Eventually, though, into the rebounded goal. Digisoul said, "I'll take it myself." And that's right off the bounce and off the top shelf, and it is 5-4. Halfway through the first round. Still 5 minutes to go in this best of 3. Between these two rookie teams here in the league. So coming through is Space, Andrew the Viking. Have you ever seen a Viking in space? Because now you have. Over there, though, on the bounce shot, perhaps could have gone pretty close to the goal, but not a problem on the regrab there and the takeover on the disc. It's a Rogue with a clear. Sailing past the hands of a couple different players. It will bounce eventually to Andrew the Viking. Now, Andrew getting stuck, though, with a punch. And some more yet going in against Digi. And now Silent and Crash both crashing to each other. So a lot of scrambled play there at that wall. Just kind of stalling play for a moment. The pass missing and taken back by Digi. Trying to find an avenue. Just not a lot of time and not a lot of angles to work with so far. Will be Kirito, though, with that disc and is going to send it over to that side panel. Taken here by Splash. And right back again. So a couple kind of awkward snags will eventually get back into the bubble. Will be taken here by, looks like Silent Knight and Crash trying to also assault. But a lot of punches. That one going in from Digi. So trying to get a clear through, but just a million stuns ringing through the arena. Sounds like a roller derby here or something. Just an absolute crash course in brawl work. As neither team really gains firm momentum or control of this disc. So trying to space out now and get control right back. It will be slung and almost, but instead ding off the post. Another attempt, though. Farting Crab been pretty good with the rebound so far for his team. Now trying to maneuver and find the pass. But Crash waffles. Another grab here at the midfield. So Crash has gotten a lot of these good stuns and steals in the mid. But will it result in the points is the more pertinent question, as Andrew the Viking sends another one deep into the blue area, but with a couple of defenders there, not really going to get it done too much. And those are kind of where you want to see more of the resets, the pass outs to midfielders and such. Because when you see a lot of these plays where it starts converging on brawl after brawl, these big dog piles and such, it becomes very, very tough for any team to gain momentum. It turns into 50-50s, and that's when you want to see spacing the floor, right, where you have teammates anchored left, right, center, and especially in the back line. So if you get control of the disc, you're communicating with your team that, hey, I'm over at this spot. You can pass it back to me and then gain control and make an easy goal. Not actually that easy because he was fading, so really nice shot from Andrew the Viking. Andrew the Lightning shot. 16-meter distance, 14 meters a second. That was a very good connection to put them up by 4 points with 2 minutes left. But you kind of see what I mean there, with the positioning and the back and forth play. It really is kind of a 50-50 on who ends up really in control of the goal. But definitely going to benefit Space there, looking to make their mark and make their name known. This is the second time they've been streamed, I believe. Kind of a later entry into this season was Space, coming in towards I think mid to end July there. Now will be Crash Waffles here, getting another clear, of course. Right down the field, though, trying to find anything on the mobility end of things. Will be grabbed by Origin. Origin, why did I say that? Digisoul. I think I had a stroke or something. Nonetheless, will be taken by Kirito. See National Agency there in the chat also. Crab is in Rogue or subbing? Good question. I think... No, he's a rostered member. Farting Crab is on Rogue indeed. But over here will be grabbed by the Crab. So Crab with the grab cannot claim the 2 points. So instead, that's through the tunnel and right back out into the edge where it's taken by Crash Waffles. Like I said, Crash has been excellent on the positioning and just finding his boosts, and whatever the case, he is always on top of that disc wherever it is in the midfield. It seems like he's there first, like even right on that one. See, he was there to contest it. So Waffles is all over the place. But Kirito with a disc as well, been all over the place just the same and trying to find some placement there on the clear. Going to bounce back and be snagged by Splash. Splash trying to splash it into the goal maybe off that backboard, but will just bounce off the bottom of it. And taken here. Who's there? Yep, that was Crash contesting first, of course. All over the place. Digisoul there with an intercept, though, to King Gibbous. Says, give me that, and give him that. Andrew the Viking, again, striking 11-4 for Space. Nice hit from 25 meters deep, 15 meters a second that time. A great way to pave the way for a successful round end. So 11-4. Very, very nice round for Space, and for Rogue's side, just unable to get too much on the board for them at that juncture. They're just, a lot of, again, those 50-50s. For most of that round, it was pretty close back and forth play. It wasn't until kind of the latter half you started seeing the teams pulling away, and it was Space ultimately able to get a couple of those open goals. Those 2 open 3-pointers in the latter half definitely helped out a lot. And yeah, as the result, you got themselves the victory and the first round. Of course, still at least one more to play, and would not be surprising whatsoever to see those third rounds. It's been a frequent thing on these streams over and over again lately. So for Rogue, still a chance to come back on their side. It was a couple points for Digisoul and Kirito, 2 apiece, as well as 1 assist for Kirito, and Silent Knight also with an assist. For the side of Space, it was 8 points for Viking, Andrew the Viking, that is. 2 of them, those 3-point hits, big shots for sure. He had King Gibbous with a couple of assists. Crash Waffles also had 3 points, 26 stuns, and a lot of excellent midfield play. And then Splash there, splashing in 4 stuns as we go into the second round. All right, National Agency, have a good night, saying he's going to bed. Sleep well, sweet dreams. As Beanhead, wishing him well as well. All right, so here we go with the ZZZs. Well, right now, trying to make it easy for them to get this 2-round sweep, but I think for Rogue, based on the season they've been having, they're not going to let up at all. There it goes. A nice grab by Silent Knight. They're going to make things difficult. They want to force a round 3, and they're certainly capable. Both of these teams just 1 win below that 500 mark, that 50-50 win-loss. So on any given day, I mean, they've been competing hard, and they're just looking in the last 2.5 weeks of this season. Both of these teams want to even up their record and hopefully go into week 8, getting even a better record, winning out the season with a positive differential there, and just showing that progression. But right now, just showing a lot of aggression. Kirito having it stolen, a Farting Crab as well. There's the split off of the stacks. 3 players now, all getting into the bubble there. Is going to be dangerous, but oh no, lost it off the head. Still will get a rebound, and now trying to slap it through, but then lost the handles on that one. And rough going of things there. That could have been a great score for Space. They'll still get the rebound, however, and have some more chances at this, so not too much of an issue at all as they split the defense. Look at that from Splash. So Splash right through the wickets of all the defenders on that one, but no, will not be able to convert the goal for Waffles there. They'll still get another chance off the backboard and another miss, but another takeaway here from Splash and another narrow miss. So Space, they took that one 11-4 in the first round, but seemingly the momentum, the rhythm to start the second round, these first 90 seconds, not the same kind of rhythm. They're a little bit off kilter. But they are doing very well, however, is getting those rebounds and getting the disc back. They've got the rebounds, they've got the intercepts, they've got the steals. I mean, thus far, has not seen the orange side of the floor all too much. It's been all over here. That said, losing out one player is Rogue. That is going to be highly unfortunate. And if you're on the side of Space, you're going to want to try and take advantage of this outnumbered opportunity. Let's see if they do it. Crash Waffles ducking in and finding success. 2 points after 2 minutes. Space gets the first score. All right, so with that, there you go. I was going to say, I was expecting a timeout there to get their 4th player back in, losing one of their players there. Looks like a Silent Night, I believe, yeah, was the one who crashed. So, not sure what happened there, but hoping for the best and to get them back in soon. Never like to see any kind of tech issues getting in the way. In fact, we had that in the last match there. Went to 3 rounds, granted, but we, I've seen it a couple times here and there. Never an ideal situation, so hopefully for them they'll be able to get their player back in no time at all, and hopefully won't be too much damage. I mean, only a couple minutes expired in the second round, so despite being scored on for 2 points, that's nothing they can't overcome fairly quickly and easily. See Landon in there saying "Go Space," cheering on the team. And Beanhead also pointing out if Rogue put some of those attempts away, finished on those shots, the round could have been theirs. Yeah, and exactly. The score of the first round was 11-4, and a lot misleading, more misleading than you might think based on that. There was, again, a couple open threes and such, which kind of resulted in a late game pull away, but they were definitely based off kind of, the rhythm of that game, right, where there were a lot of other chances, kind of 50-50, where it could have gone the way of Rogue, and had they not missed one or two of those opportunities, the game would have been a lot closer, and the good rhythm could have been in their favor. And that's just the name of sports in any game, any sport really, where one team goes on scoring runs, the other team goes on scoring runs. It's all about that rhythm and just how good a team feels and how they're flowing in their offense and their defense. So all it really takes sometimes is one good open three-pointer off of the other team missing a shot, and then suddenly you're feeling really, really good as a team, and the other team is feeling a little bit bad. And that's kind of the mental and emotional balance of sports and of esports and gaming as a whole. And for them, still trying to get their player back, it seems. I mean, they got the times and scores set at the very least, it looks like, but other than that, haven't heard an update as of yet. But they do have a couple minutes, 2.5 minutes, and I know, for the side of Rogue here, they do have a 6-person roster, so you would hope that they have someone maybe on standby able to get them in if they're not unable to get their starter back, Silent Night. But we'll see what happens. See Farting Crab in the chat there with a bruh. Yeah, I agree. What's going on? Here he is. The multi-dimensional Farting Crab appearing on the stream and in the Twitch chat. How does that work? It's magic. It's like magnets. In any case, any updates? What's going on, Mr. Krabs? You got like a minute 44 left on your timeout. Well, you let me know. But in any case, hoping to get their player back here. Taking a look over at space for a moment. Sorry to take the spotlight off you, Crab. But take a look at space. They're trying to make the most of it at the very least, and maybe get a little bit of warm-up shots in, and make sure you keep the muscles working, keep the blood flowing. You know, don't get too out of sorts and too lax going into the continuation of this round. So still haven't heard too much. Again, got about 52 seconds left for Rogue. Of course, not something can I have the spectator power to strictly enforce, but you know, after the timeout, the 5 minutes expires, it does become within the rights of space to then press the issue if they do wish to keep things flowing and such. And ideally, though, you know, you want to see a full 4v4. You don't want to ever see these situations where it just, you know, goes to one team's favor because the other team just had to play outnumbered the whole time. Definitely want to see the even matches and full teams in full force, if you will. That said, in the meantime, because I haven't really gotten comms on it, but I will. Give me just a second to type out at them in the Discord chat, so pardon the brief silence, brief silence. All right, well, we shall see. Friendly reminder to teams to try and keep in contact as well with the casters if there are issues, or casters and mods on the League org channel, just so we can kind of understand what's going on if possible. Especially because, again, timeout is expired here, so it's to the point where got to start resuming pretty soon here. I mean, ideally for Rogue, again, they have 6 rostered members, also the option for subs, so maybe we'll see some of that soon. Maybe, possibly, who knows. But either way, seeing what's happening, I mean, I guess they're going to ready up now, which is fine, but like I said, I don't know. Situation unclear to me. And as I say that, Silent Knight actually just joined. So, all right, no harm done. I mean, extra minute of timeout aside. We do have the 4v4, so I'm at least happy about that, and hopefully so are you guys. That said, I think the disc is in the wrong place. Indeed, it is also a rough thing, but, you know, lack of timeout button will do that, so maybe one day we'll get it. See minimum wage Matt in there saying, thanks for the cast earlier on my scuffed game. Well, it's okay. Things happen. Things happen, as we can see with this situation as well. I guess teams are playing with it, playing on it. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Who knows? All right, maybe that goal counts. Maybe it doesn't. Either way, there we go. We got a rematch, so it will not. They'll reset again because disc was placed in the wrong place. Things get scuffed sometimes, and we just got to deal with it. At least until we don't. But 7:40 on the clock, 2 points for space. And there we go. I know the timeout thing, it messes with veteran teams just as much as rookie teams, so it's not even like it's not even a new thing per se. These things will just happen. It's the nature of online gaming and also the nature of what we're working with here. So Rogue is going to try and work it out on this joust and try and find that momentum here if they can. Because that's the thing. Space did have a successful first round, 11-4. They had the first 2 points in the second round, but you know, with that timeout now and several minutes off the clock, it could definitely just be a case where, you know, this could get Rogue a little bit of added momentum. I know players like to kind of tease on the Twitch chat sometimes about the ice and whatnot, but you know, it is a reality, indeed, when you're flowing in an offense and you do have those unexpected issues. Timeout says, wow, once and twice. Farting Crab, kind of talk about magnets earlier. That kind of went right into his hands. So that's where you got to say, nice saves from Farting Crab, but also that's where you kind of see a lot of offensive players these days really making sure that they paint the corners of the goal, not throwing it directly at the center of mass of the goalkeepers. Otherwise, goalkeepers are just too good. And Farting Crab is one of the, you know, really good rookie goalkeepers that I've seen, dating back to the Rookie Cup back in May. That's where I kind of first got introduced to him, I'm fairly sure, as Andrew the Viking gets a grab here. I think it was Farting Crab. Maybe it was Spider Ferg. Farting Crab, Spider Ferg. Similar enough, not really, but right there's Crash Waffles with that disc and the dish. 5 points. I think. See, my head is all about word association, right? If you listen to my streams and my casts, you know that. So I think Spider Crab Ferg is what I'm thinking in my head. Spider Crab, Spider Ferg, Farting Crab. It's all the same to me. Not really, though. But they are both great goalies for sure. I mean, and the matches I've seen, Farting Crab done a wonderful job of it. For the side here of Rogue, it will be Silent Knight, trying to silence me to recognize the fact that that was a nice pass from Farting Crab over to Silent Knight. They get the goal. They get the first 2 points for their side here in this round, second round. But for the side of Space, again, this is their second streamed match, and kind of in the process, indeed, of just learning their team as well as much as anything. We did have their match streamed, their first one, but it's been a fair while, and so super interested, you know, in just seeing what they provide thus far. Small splashes here with a disc, trying to provide themselves with some more scores. Andrew the Viking obviously having a great game that first round, some big bombs from the three-point land. Right now, a great pass from Crash to Splash, and that is all up now in the goal just for the, 7-2, and they are looking good. They are rolling. Those are the kind of passes that you like to see teams execute, and those are the ones that I like, especially for rookie teams and for teams, you know, trying to rise up that ladder. Like I mentioned, for these two, trying to go up on that win-loss record, you know, even it up here. Those are the things you like to see, that very meta play, that great positioning on different corners of the bubble, cross passes, stuff like that. So that said, they're going to cross it over to the other side of the floor. Just beyond the bubble will be Farting Crab diving out and taking that disc, trying to avoid the defender, but oh, the risk, not worth it. It's Crash. Now that's 9-2 with just that sneaky little intercept there, but again, making it tough here, and Crash Waffles for Space. Another name that is definitely doing some great things, and now going to make the name for himself on stream here. Because in round one especially, that's pretty much par for the course. Crash Waffles was on every single end of the floor. Again, like right on cue. Look at that. Loses the disc here to Kirito, so nice job by Kirito there to just grab it back and not give up on the play. Now a really tough shot on that angle. Ooh, still goes very, very close to that goal. Now will be Gibbous, though, trying to take it back and now send it to Crash. So Crash Waffles for that pass. A little strong on it, so tough on the catch. Still might get it back. We'll see here. Farting Crab being stunned out. So now on the bottom of the floor, we Gibbous slapping it into the tunnel. Now Andrew the King is there along with Splash. They do have an open goal. Will it be? Absolutely. Andrew the Viking yet again, way in the deep end. And that was just precision, and that was quick decision making, especially because he had defense nearby. Could not hesitate on that one at all once he pushed off the floor there on the anchor. So that was a just amazing hit. Now, with that said, a giveaway. What happened there? Are we looking at another reset, perhaps? I'm not sure, because right now they're just going to go in for another goal. That's 14-2. So, okay, they do get a crash here, but it does turn into the issue where tech timeouts were already expended. So, not having a good way of things. It's almost kind of a deja vu from that stream earlier on today. Just prior on Channel 1, which is super unfortunate. do not like to see that, but kind of another case where a player being lost, and in a second round, this is going to very much cost Rogue a lot, as that shot is just barely off. So grazing past that pole. Now into the boots will be Crash Waffles, lining it up, looking maybe for some teammates, trying for an alley-oop underarm there, but not quite the accuracy they wanted on that pass. They'll still get the rebound here and be at the numbers advantage. There you go. You can see Andrew calling for the pass, maybe going to be upset because he didn't get it. So that's just going to be taken out now and sent to the opposite lane. And will be eventually taken, it looks like, here by Orange Team. Now that also could have been into the goal had they not been able to get back, but nonetheless they will. And it's King Gibbous with a disc. So sending it over to the mid zone. Silent Knight with that disc and going to find a few bounces before getting a rebound here. His own rebound, in fact. So just yo-yoing back to him. Going across. Rebound, maybe? No, it's going to sail right out the bubble again. So Rogue, especially being down by a player, more and more, the priority needs to be on control where they can find it. And that was a decent look, but Silent Knight couldn't convert, trying to paint the corner, but always playing with those, margins of error, low margins of error because of, the goalkeepers. Making sure you don't want to throw it into the center of mass and things like that. It gets tough. That said, sent on the pass to King Gibbous. King is going to walk this one in right off the nest. And there you go. You know the rest. Up to the top pocket. King Gibbous gives them 16 points for Space. And with less than a minute remaining, looking to claim that 2-round sweep. And Space are going to even up their record at that. And I'm sure, regardless of the situation here for Rogue, which has been tough in the second round, no doubt, Space is going to go up 7-7 on the season. And break a 2-game skid as well. Dropped a couple games in a row. So they're happy to now tie themselves up on the season. Meanwhile, as that shot goes through from Silent Knight, very nice one to at least end this. Just slinging it right outside that bubble. So a beautiful hit for Rogue. Silent Knight giving him the 5th point. But yeah, for Rogue, it'll be kind of the opposite. They had a 2-game win streak coming in here. But now they'll be finding themselves with the loss. And just, again, super unfortunate, more so because of those issues that had occurred with the dropouts and whatnot. And never like to see it. It's the worst. I know. But it is as it is. And, Space, still all things considered, regardless of all that, they executed very well. Played strong. Again, defensively, offensively, they were doing a lot of the right things. Beanhead in there saying game over and good night, guys. Good night. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by and for watching and for chatting. So to read off the stats, however, in just a second here, it was King Gibbous, the 4 points and 4 assists. I like the assist numbers, but putting stats in every category as well. A couple stuns and steals, as well as saves and steals, as well as 12 stuns. For Andrew the Viking, 11 points overall. Had 3 of them were just these, fantastic 3-point hits from the midfield, just about half court. So really nice shots from Andrew the Viking. 3 saves for him as well. Crash Waffles had 10 points, 1 assist, 1 save, and 2 steals, along with the game-high 41 stuns. And Crash was doing exactly, as his name suggested, just crashing the rebounds, the steals. I mean, the points, every category, Crash was just all over the place at every given moment. Splash as well, contributing 2 points and 1 steal, 10 stuns, so doing some nice work there. Now for the side of Rogue, it was 2 points for Digisol, as well as a couple saves, 20 stuns. Farting Crab with 2 assists, 2 saves, a steal, and 16 stuns, so nice defense. Kirito, big stat line for him, 2 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, 2 steals, and 27 stuns. And Silent Knight with 5 points, 1 assist, 1 save, and 12 stuns. So a lot of players there on Rogue, despite the situation there in the second round. I mean, they still put up some nice stats in multiple categories, really not slacking in any department, but just not enough to overcome Space and to overcome the outnumbered situation, certainly. And that will indeed be the game, set, match. So with that being said, that will do it for me here on Channel 2, at least for the moment. Over on Channel 1, Technique is facing off against Knights of Origin, it looks like. So go tune into Channel 1 there, if you will. In fact, I'll just host them right after this ends. But definitely go visit that. It'll be fun. But until then, I've been Palidore. This has been VR Master League Week 7, Space vs. Rogue. Thanks for joining me here today. Be happy, healthy, safe, and be good to each other. And I'll see you again pretty soon.